Hey there, boys and girls. Mrs. Kang here to help with your Latin. So let's get started. This is a review, and we're going to start in chapter 13. Your maxim is Weni Witty Wiki. I came, I saw, I conquered by Julius Caesar. And this is in chapter 14 where we introduce the second conjugation verb. Now, you know, because I've taught you that we have 4 different kinds of verbs. And the first conjugation ends in with the infinitive A-R-E. Verbs like you learned at the very beginning. Verbs like amo, amare, amawi, amatu. You identify the conjugation by the infinitive. You can see clearly right there that amare ends in A-R-E. Dare ends in A-R-E. Intrare ends in A-R-E. And up here, they identify it here, first conjugation verb. It's a very important identification. What conjugation, what category does this verb belong? Is it a first conjugation that ends in A-R-E, or is it a second conjugation that ends in long E-R-E? Please say long ERE. Don't say ERE, because third conjugation is ERE. It's a short ERE. So I want that long ERE. And this is where chapter 14 is talking about the second conjugation. An example is videre, excuse me, videre, video, videre, long ERE. And of course, if you look on the back of your sheet here, you've got an example, video. Okay, you've got it conjugated. This is an example of first conjugation with that vowel A. This is an example of the long E. When I say long E, we're talking about that one. Okay, right before the verb ending. O-S-T, mustis, und. You've got that vowel, and you've got it here. See the E, 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 right? Sometimes they have a long mark called a macron, and sometimes they don't. So this is in chapter 14, the introduction of the second kind of verb, the second conjugation. And we have several examples which you've already conjugated. Video, vidiere, witty, wisum, I see, to see, I saw, seen. Tenio, teniere, tenui, tenitum, I hold, to hold, I held. We get the word tenacious. Habeo, habere, habui, habutum, I have, to have, I had. Iubeo, iubiere, isi, isum, I ordered, to order, I ordered. And we use the first one. We use the first one because we're doing classical. The second one is the ecclesiastical pronunciation. The last second conjugation verb that we're going to learn in chapter 14 is augio, augere, oxy, octum, I increased, to increase, I increased, increase. So in this chapter, all those verbs have to be conjugated. And they introduce the 4 first declension nouns. Do you see them? Poeta, poetai, agricola, agricolae, incola, incolae, nauta, nautai. 4 nouns that belong to this declension. 4 nouns that belong to this declension, but there's an exception. Their gender is masculine. So when you go to describe the poet, when you go to describe the farmer in the dell, when you go to describe the settler, when you go to describe sailing, the sailor, you're going to use these endings, because adjectives match the noun they're describing in gender. So when you learn a vocabulary word, you learn the nominative, poeta, the genitive, poetae, the gender, masculine, and the English, poet. As a rule, every other first declension noun is feminine, except for these 4 in chapter 14. We are introduced to them. Now, the other thing they introduced here is this little guy right here, agur, agree, field. This is actually an irregular second declension. It ends in and no Why did I do that? So I'd remember that it belongs to this noun category. I can't remember everything. So I wrote it down. And I can know that this belongs to a second because of this secret weapon. Secret weapon. You see that genitive, the letter I? Yes. It's the one that identifies what category a noun belongs to. So that's the one. Okay. Excellent. Agar agrees. Field. Beautiful, beautiful. So that is chapter 14. As always, boys and girls, learn these words, decline all nouns, conjugate all verbs. You will be the master. You just will. It happens. Chapter 15. Same chapter maxim, Weni Widi Wiki. I came, I saw, conquered. And here they're introducing some patterns of a subject noun and a verb, subject noun linking verb and a predicate nominative. I'll explain that. But meanwhile, we have 10 second declension nouns. You say, how do you know there's second declension? Really? Well, obviously you can see the blue, but you see the oos and the e, animus, animi, mind, campus, campi, level, place, level, space, plain, field, anus, ani, year, mirus, miri, wall, kibus, kibi, food, wentus, wenti, wind, diddy, 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 equus, equi, horse, ferus, fairy, wild animal, fluius, flui, river. Okay. Because you see that E here, us E, us E, us E, us E, almost hear a song coming. Ooh, E, ooh, ah, ah. Now I'm not going to sing it. All right. So those in chapter 15, please decline every one of those. This is how you master your vocabulary. Okay. And then use the derivatives over here to solidify the meaning in them. Okay. All right, let's move on to chapter 16. This is where we were introduced to a new maxim, ars longa, vita brevis. Art is long, life is brief. Seneca said that. And we're introduced to our imperfect endings here. Bambas bat, vamos batis bat. Okay, the English helping verbs are was, were, used to, and kept. We call it imperfect because it's not perfect. It's something that is going to continually going on and on and on. Perfect, on the other hand, is a one-time event, never to be repeated. It's the same tense that Jesus used on the cross. It is finished. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. That's another one of the benefits when you learn about tenses and details like that. It just makes scripture come alive. The perfect tense. It is finished. See the ed right there? That's on the end of words where you use ed. It belongs to the perfect tense. So we're introduced to these endings, this imperfect tense in chapter 16. And you need to know what that means. I typically use the tune, the Mexican hat dance. So, bamba spot, bamus batispant. I was, you were, he, she, it was. We were, you all were, they were. Okay. So you're going to now, when you conjugate your verb, you're going to go back to amo, amari, amawi, amatu, and you're going to conjugate all those verbs in not just amo. Well, we've got it here, right? Not just amo, amas, amat, amamus, amati, samant, but you're going to say I'm a bo, I'm a bas, I'm a bat, I'm a bamus, I'm a batis, I'm a ban. And then the English. I was loving, you were loving, he, she, it was loving. We were loving, you all were loving, they were loving. You're going to go back to the beginning of your verbs that you've already conjugated. And you've got 3 sections on a verb conjugation sheet. The present tense, you're going to do imperfect and, well, we just learned the future, but you're going to go back because you're going to be a master. I'm going to make you a master, okay? All right. So we've got aro, arare, arawi, aratum. I plowed to plow, I plowed, plowed. I see the word arable. When the land is arable, it's loosen. Things are able to grow. Now we go, now we gari, now we going, and we got to my sail to sail, I sail, sailed. I see navigate. Flow, flowery, flowy, flatu, I blow to blow, I blew, bloom, blown. That's a funny one. I see the word flatulence, and I always think of, that's basically tooting, right? So that your body releases some gas. So, okay. Woko, wokari, wokawi, wokatu. I always see vocal there. I called to call, I called in there. Wito, witari, witawi, witatum. That's a trickaroonie word. I never remembered that word until I put an A, an imaginary A. Actually, I wrote the A there, so I could see somehow the word avoid. It's a tricky one for me. And so you're going to conjugate those. Every verb you come up with, you're going to conjugate. You're going to use my conjugation sheets and you're going to conjugate. You're going to put all 4 principal parts of the verb at the tippy top. You're going to write the stem because you went to the infinitive. You crossed out the RE. You were left with the stem. You wrote it, and then you told me what it was. Then you wrote it in your head. Okay? You're going to be a master. Fabulous. Then right here, we have, remember, we get 10 new vocab words every week. And so what did they give us in chapter 16? 5 second neuters. They gave us arum, re, gold. It's neuter. Argentum, argenti, silver. Silver and gold. Silver and gold. I love that song. Brachium, brachii, arm. I had a bracelet on the other day. That's what bracelet, I see bracelet. Colloquium, colloquially, colloquium, colloquy, conversation. Concilium, concilii, plan. I see counsel in that one, and I see colloquial in that one. So please decline those. Please decline those using your second declension neuter endings. Go to the genitive, cross out the genitive ending, and you're left with the stem. Boys and girls, this is how you become a master. Okay, you write the nominative and the genitive, you write the stem, you write the declension, and you write the gender. You've got these things up in your brain. When you need them, they're going to come out. And there's those derivatives. Beautiful. This is going to help you with chemistry. All right. Man. All right. Chapter 17. They review the imperfect endings, the same chapter maxim again, and 10 more vocab words. Like, really? Yeah, really. That's what they do. They give you 10 more. And these are second neuter again. So here's ferrum, ferri, which is iron. I didn't color my genders there. Folium, folii, leaf. I see foliage. Monumentum, monumenti, monument. Well, that looks like monument. That's not hard. Populum, populi is food for animals, and populum is actually a English word, right? Food for animals. Saxum, saxi, that's the one that we declined in class. Signum, signi is sign. It looks like signs. Silentium, silentii is silence. Walum, wali is, and the ramparts we watch. If you turn the V into a W, it looks like wall. The vol. Hey, let's claim the vol. Velum, veli, we looked up a velum. It's a, I forgot, some kind of sail or fabric or something. Oh, it was a curtain. That's it. It was a curtain. And verbum, verbi, the word in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. It looks like a verb. So turn it into a W, verb, a verb. Hey, what verb is that? Oh, that's funny. Okay, so you're going to decline all those, and you've probably already done it. And you notice your book is giving you some little sentences here. Well, you're able to do them now. I want you to underline your ending. Vamos, you know what vamos is. You can look at your sheet and clearly see vamos. You could get tricked and think that the ending was moose. But you're going to see that that BA does not belong to the stem amo, amare. So then you're going to go back and you go, hey, I think I'm in the wrong tense. I think it's not present. I think it's over here. I think this is the ending. And then you would be right. And that means we were, and AMA means love, and we were loving, right? This is T. The stem, the subject pronoun is he, she, or it. And now we got sails, he is sailing, he does sail. So you can do those little sentences to translate in between your book. You can totally do that. All right. And then chapter 18 is a review. And then chapter 19 is what we did on Monday. This is introducing you to the future tense. Really not hard at all. All you have to notice is the pattern. We've got O and O, which means I, and they added the helping verb shall. They've got S, S, and S. This is ba, and this is bi. S means you, and they added the helping verb will. This is T, this is T, this is T, this is ba, this is bi. T means he, she, it, and they added the helping verb will. This is moose, this is moose, this is moose, this is ba, this is bi. Moose means we, and they added the helping verb shall. This is tis, this is tis, this is tis. This is ba, this is bi, and tis means you all, and they added the helping verb will. Nt, ba, a little different. This means they, and they added the helping verb will, they will. I shall, you will, he, she, it will, we shall, you all will, they will. All it is just getting used to the ending. That's all Latin is endings. Just get used to them, chant them. Chant them while you're brushing your teeth, not with your pen. All right, so on chapter 19, we have kaweo, kawere, kawi, katum. I guard against, to guard against, I guarded against, guarded against. This is an interesting word. If you look at the derivative here, you will find that the word caveat, it's a warning. Good word, warning. The next one is dolio, dolere, dolui, dolatum, I suffer. To suffer, I suffered, right? Doleful, dolorous, that's an SAT word. And indolent. I'm gonna have to look at that one. Exercio, exercere, excrui, exertum. I trained to train, I trained. Well, that just looks like exercise, right? Gaude, rejoice, rejoice. Gaudio, gaudere, gasusum. I rejoice, to rejoice, I rejoice. There is no the fourth principal part. Same thing with this. I lay down, to lay down, I laid down. Iakeo, iakere, iakui. Please conjugate those in 3 tenses. You can do it. The 2 that don't have a fourth principal part, don't put it on there. And then you've got these nouns, deus, dei, second declension. You know it's second declension because of the ending, us and e. Memorize the gender, right? This is God, capital God, should be capital G. Capilus, capilli, hair. And you know, it looks like capillaries. You're in your body. If you look at that drawing, your blood vessels look like hair. They do, the red and the blue going together. All right, and the next one is humus, humi, and that's land or earth. Humus, humi, earth, ground, and land. This is I see the word humility there. Inimikus, inimiki, this is your personal enemy. The Bible talks about this as we being an enemy with God, believe it or not. And locus, loci, place. I see location there. So these words you're going to decline using your noun declension sheet. Okay, right? And I have given you additional sentences to translate. I literally went back and I typed up all these little sentences that are here so that I'm teaching you how to label and how to parse. Okay, labeling is different than parsing. As you see right here, this says label these words, and labeling is just giving it one job. Subject noun. It's identified. The ending gives it away what job it's operating as you can see here. Us means subject noun, or in Latin, nominative. And the T gives it away. It's a verb. See that? So you're just labeling it. You're giving it a job. Translating it comes later, but you first need to underline the ending and give it a job, and then you can translate it. Now this, these four marks up here, that's called parsing. And parsing is when we ask for a noun like this. We ask, what declension is it? Well, obviously it's pink, it's first declension, right? Then what gender is it? Oh, well, it's feminine, definitely. Woman is feminine. What number is it? And when we ask those questions, we need to be looking at our ending. So let's look at our ending here, right? So declension is first declension, gender is feminine, number is singular, and I got the answer because I'm looking at the ending. The ending is A. Ah, see the ah right there? So it's a first declension, it's gender is feminine, its number is singular, and its job is nominative, also known as subject noun. Okay, so endings tell you the job. They also tell you the gender. They also tell you the number and the declension. Okay, like this one. What declension is that? It's second. What gender is it? It's masculine. What number is it? It's singular. And then what case is it? Subject noun. This is why I said underline the ending, give it a color, right? So it helps you with the endings where you're going to find your job. Same with the verbs. So this is pattern 1. And even going on the back, these are all pattern. Oh, whoa. Nope, this is the pattern 1. Subject, noun, verb. And then it looks like I slipped into subject, noun, linking verb, predicate, nominative. How do I know that? The linking verb. Do you remember what a linking verb is? It's on the back of your verb sheet right here. Sum es est, he, she, or it is, or they are. So linking verb adds a different pattern. So go look at those other videos I've made that explain that. Meanwhile, we're up to chapter 19. Know those vocabulary words, decline every noun, conjugate every verb, and we are on our way to finish. You guys are great. I'm so grateful for you. I love working with you. You're such a blessing. Wale. Wale.